Arsenal's dream end to transfer window. For superstar signing £295 million outlay, 6 players exit. Arsenal have the chance to make this summer an unforgettable one in terms of transfers, with several potential deals taking the Gunners to unprecedented heights. Mikel Arteta will be well aware that Arsenal still have plenty of work to do this summer. The Gunners manager was perfectly clear about how the club is to act in the transfer window, following the agonising Champions League final penalty shootout defeat to PSG back in May. Arteta stated, "If you want to reach another level, we're going to have to show that ambition, because we are more than capable of doing it, but it demands to be very, very ambitious, very fast and very smart." So far, the Premier League champions, led by Sporting director Andrea Berta in transfer negotiations, have fallen considerably short of those targets. They have been slow to act, which has led them to miss out on targets, such as Jeremy Monga and Morgan Rogers to Premier League rivals. Last summer, Arsenal announced a whopping 6 signings in July compared to the 2 new additions confirmed up until now. The ambitiousness of those signings has also come into question. Alongside making Piero Hincapié's deal a permanent one, third-choice goalkeeper Ilan Meslier was signed as a free agent, and Greek winger Christos Zolis, largely an unknown quantity, was signed from Club Brugge in a £34 million deal. Yet, it is clear that Berta and Arteta remain busy behind the scenes in negotiating for several top targets, with rumours in recent days suggesting they are starting to make ground. Here, Football.London outlines exactly what deals the Gunners need to complete to ensure a successful end to the transfer window, which will in turn hand them the best chance of claiming more silverware this season. There are few players in today's market that truly capture the imagination of fans. Julian Alvarez and Vinicius Jr. are among the rare footballers who seem to have a certain world-class aura in today's game. Alvarez of Atletico Madrid has been a long-time target of Arsenal, with Arteta understood to be a huge admirer. The Argentine's preference is clearly to join Barcelona this summer, but Atletico's refusal to let him join a La Liga rival gives the Gunners a real chance of securing his signature. The striker is a clear upgrade on Kai Havertz and Victor Gyökeres, with the latter potentially being used in a player plus £51.7 million deal to secure Alvarez, given Atletico's interest in the Swede. The key point, therefore, is whether Alvarez prefers to stay in Madrid or return to England. Arteta and Berta should go all out to convince him to join Arsenal, given he would represent a game-changing signing. The same can be said about Vinicius, whose ongoing contract situation at Real Madrid has seen reports emerge of a potential Arsenal pursuit. Football.London understands that key figures at the Emirates Stadium are willing to bring the Brazilian to €5, even in spite of the mammoth costs of doing so. But there is yet to be any formal conversation between Arsenal and Los Blancos. As such, no price tag has been mentioned so far regarding Vinicius, whose contract expires next summer, although reports in Spain suggest Madrid have placed a £137 million price tag on the Brazilian. For Arsenal, Alvarez and Vinicius represent world-class players capable of striking fear into any defence in Europe. The financial task of bringing in both players is huge, but should they manage to do so, the 2 respective deals would change the perception of Arsenal worldwide, placing them among the very elite. Arsenal have, understandably, been unwilling to spend the same exorbitant fees rivals Tottenham splurged on Sandro Tonali and Matheus Fernandes on a central midfielder this summer. They are currently locked in third-party negotiations with Newcastle over a deal for primary summer target Bruno Guimaraes. Arsenal have been told they must stump up a transfer fee in the region of £80 million for the Magpies captain, or there will be no movement, despite reports claiming the Gunners had made a £70 million approach. There have been no direct club-to-club talks between the two parties as things stand. Football.London understands that intermediaries, namely super agent Kia Jarabjan, have been heavily involved in the potential deal.